All right, so you guys remember the last video I was talking about the rear suspension. I wanted that to get, had them taking care of it. Yeah, I had them take care of it. Pretty much what happened was the new M3 spec, or pretty much the new M3 suspension or control arms that I had before, they did not fit at all. In fact, they were too short. And they called me and then they was like, you know what, like, we think it would technically fit, but the issue might be the hub itself, or that entire, actually no, it was like, the control arm that's like right underneath. It's like it kind of goes like this. I'll put it up. They're thinking that is actually too long, so in order for those other parts to fit, I would have to replace that part also. And I was like, you know what, I don't even feel like doing all of that, so I said, pretty much just forget about it. Can the ones that are on currently be adjusted? They said yes, so they adjusted them, they fixed them, and now we got a slight rub. It's a whole lot better than it was before. We got a slight rub, but it's nice. Let me show you. A slight rub, but it's not bad. And the rub, it's still mainly because of that fender liner in there. I'm just gonna have to just be like, bro, I just gotta take care of it for me, bro, please. Because I mean, of course it's gonna rub over here the most, because over here is technically the worst. Actually, that piece is gone. Is it gone? No, it's there. Oh, yeah, here it is, right here. That's the main. I had tried to push it in a little bit more, and it seems to work, but the main issue is like right here going all the way back. So what we need to do, pull this here. This is going to be on the passenger side. And then I believe there's a few screws in here in order to relieve the tail light. Which I believe one of those screws is right there. Might be another on the other side, but we're gonna loosen this up a little bit. Right, so we're gonna do this one here. Oh, that is tightening. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so there are actually three. So you got one here, one up here. I don't know if it's not focusing for you guys. So you got one here, and you got one right over there, as you can see. Just gonna loosen all of those. And I guess you can use it as a DIY to take your taillights out, if for whatever reason you need to do so. This should technically be a quick swap. I will say though that I am quite nervous about this rear valence thing. So I don't think it's going to work with the stock exhaust that I have. So that should be quite interesting. Indeed it shall be. Alright. Alright. See if this will budge. Why aren't you budging, sir? Probably not the right way to do it, but I am pushing on this. Oh, and it broke the seal. Nice. So now, hoping it should just flap out at this point. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Quite easy. Not bad. Now these are going to be some of the tabs that you are going to have to pop. So probably gotta be careful, because these are always, BMW always have brittle plastics, of course. Unfortunately, over the years, man, it's dirty in here. I'm gonna have to clean this up. That's disgusting. All right, so I wanted to do it where you did not have to take off the wheels, but since these beefy boys are on here, I'm gonna have to take the wheels off. I didn't want to do all of that, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So I'm just gonna jack it up real quick. So underneath, you might have about four about 4 screws that go along the bottom here. Right now I only have 2. The one that is right up front, and then I also have one that's attached to the rear diffuser right back here. Those are 8 millimeters, and hopefully these are the correct hardware for this vehicle. So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. 8 millimeters. Pop them off real quick. All right, so we got one there, another there, another there. Come on, you can do it right there. And then the final one is hidden right up inside there. That's pretty much the joint between the two, that flange there. So yeah, and I believe that's looking like an 8 millimeter, or it's probably something larger, but I'll let you guys know. So these are already damaged, or this one was already damaged because, you know, it's brittle, but I mean, look at that. Like, that was like that from before. Hopefully that nut plate isn't too damaged so I can reuse it. But anyways, you got these little tabs here, right? So what I did was I slide a flathead through. You should definitely use one of those plastic ones, but these are pretty tough to push down, so I just use that. If you want to avoid stuff like this, what you can do is like put black electrical tape. If you put black electrical tape right there, it will stop it from protruding through the tape and damaging this, unless you're like ridiculously aggressive with it. But I really just popped it up. Now everything else is coming off, which is nice. And I just got to do the same over here, but be a little bit more careful so more things aren't damaged. So loose, man, getting there. And there we go. That is yeah, quite interesting. Looks like I got something still connected back here. Let's see what it is. No, nothing at all actually. So what it is the PDC sensors. You do have to disconnect those, and then we're gonna have to transfer those over to the new bumper. Again, I do have one that's damaged, which is that one over there. And yeah. Oh, we found the culprit. It's this here, which should be again a 8 millimeter. So that should technically pop everything else off. Get out, baby. Well, it's flexible, so that's good. Is this not an 8? Oh, this is a 10. Well, that's random. Okay. So you guys are going to be opening this with me because I don't even know what this looks like, if I'm being honest. Straight from the box. So, and if I'm being honest, I don't remember where I got it from. So that's also awkward. Okay, I'm already satisfied. So this is a new one. Try to make it look nice so you guys can see fully. Yeah, so this is a new one compared to the other one. Now here, I love the fact that it's vented. But the problem is, to actually make it work, you need to make a vent within the wheel well. But in order to make a vent in the wheel well, just look how nice this is. The only issue now is these here. These body pieces here will then be in the way, and it wouldn't technically direct any sort of airflow. And the reason why you would want some sort of airflow inside here is because you're essentially removing pressure from within the wheel well, and it will just be flowing out this way. If the homework I did is correctly, that's pretty much the sense of it. But yeah, maybe at some point, maybe next year, I will figure out a way so that I can just either cut a passage like through here, and then I'll cut another passage through here, and then cut a passage somewhere right here so that the air is actually flowing out instead of just, yeah, not actually going anywhere. So maybe next year I'll probably do that. All right, so we're gonna take off these tips. Before we actually put this on, I want to test fit it, see if it goes on. But before we put it on, we have to put in the mounts for the TPM sensors. Wow, why do I keep calling them TPM sensors? The PDC sensors, which are right here and all the way around. So pretty much they have, you can see that they kind of sanded it down. In the kit, what comes with it are these pretty much these mounts here. And I believe that's super glue on the inside, but you got the 3M tape, you just kind of swipe that off, put that on. Pretty sure. So this actually doesn't look too bad. That looks really good. But again, that exhaust though, the exhaust is gonna have to go. So the bumper pretty much failed because of the exhaust itself. I was worried about that rear valence, which exactly is what the issue is. The main issue is the exhaust position where the tips are. They need to be over to the right just slightly. So yeah, custom exhaust is coming soon. So I might sand, like wet sand this a little bit so it looks a little bit better. But in the meantime, what we're gonna do is replace the front fender with some new ones. So just real quick, what we're gonna do, replace 1, 2, 3, 4. You got one or two right here, one down here, and then one all the way inside here. So it's not really gonna be a DIY, but if you guys have questions, I'm always willing to answer.